Hey YouTubers, I'm really excited to share my experiences with you on the Edifier V80 headphones. Now they sent these to me for me to review, but what I'm going to give you is my honest opinion and isn't influenced at all by Edifier. So, what do you get in the box? Set of instructions, a 1 meter long USB-C to USB-C cable, and this is used to charge the headphones, and they can also function as wired headphones. You get a little bit higher frequency response when using them as wired headphones, and if you're a gamer, that eliminates any possibility of delay, so that may be important to you. And here are the headphones. Now these come in two colors, sort of a mocha brown and this navy blue, and I have to say that the materials that they chose and the fit and finish and understated design of these really appeals to me. They're extremely comfortable. They have very large and softly padded ear cups. There's also padding up here on the band. Of course, they adjust for good fit. The cups pivot in this direction and this way, which makes for a very comfortable fit. These are the most comfortable over-ear headphones I have ever worn. And they have a lot of great features that I want to share with you. These feature a 40 millimeter dynamic driver. They have a stated frequency response of 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz in Bluetooth mode and 20 Hz to 40,000 Hz in wired mode. I tried them both ways and found them to be quite good for the price. They have a battery life of about 45 hours with active noise cancellation turned off and about 26 hours with active noise cancellation turned on. A 15-minute charge will provide about 8 hours of playback. They feature Bluetooth version 5.4, which allows these headphones to be paired to two different Bluetooth devices simultaneously. Edifier has an online app that can be used with many of their products, including these headphones, that allows you to customize many of the functions. You can control the amount of active noise cancellation, whether you want low, medium, or high. You can control many of the parameters of how these operate. You can even find your headphones if you've misplaced them. You can have them play a loud tone to help you locate them. Do be careful though. There are two Edifier apps. There's an Edifier Connect with a T at the end that is sort of like an online catalog of what's available. And there's an Edifier Connects with an X at the end, and that's the one you want to use to control all the parameters of the headphones. For a guy who's not really into headphones, I've managed to collect quite a few over the years. I have the original wired headphones that used to come with Apple products. I have the AirPods Pro, the AirPod Pro 2. I have numerous sets of Sennheiser wired headphones. I have a set of Beats Solo 3 headphones, and of course, the Edifier V80s. So I want to compare the Apple headphones and the Solo headphones to the V80s, because you may have one of those other headphones and that would sort of give you a point of reference. So the first thing I want to do was test the noise cancellation capabilities of the V80s. So I put on some pink noise on the stereo system at about 80 decibels and tried these out, and they did a fine job reducing the noise. Now, Edifier claims they reduce background noise by about 44 decibels, and that sounds about right to me. Now, the Apple AirPod Pro 2s did a slightly better job at reducing the noise overall and a slightly better job at the low frequencies in particular, but they do cost 4 times as much, so in all fairness, these did a fine job for their price point. Now, the Beats Solo 3 have no noise reduction at all, so they weren't used in this test. The next thing I wanted to test is how well do these reproduce music. My first test track was Vamp by Trent Muller. This has a lot of deep bass in it, including bass guitar. These did a fine job reproducing those bass frequencies, and the bass guitar had nice texture to it and sounded like strings being plucked, not merely a thud. Now, the next ones I tested were the solos, and they were miserable at this. Very, very exaggerated bass and very muddled bass, and the bass guitar was almost indistinguishable from the bass in the song. And as you might expect, at 4 times the price, the Apple AirPod Pro 2s sounded the best. They had good reproduction, good detail in the bass, and a little bit more sense of spaciousness. But again, they do cost 4 times more than these do. The next track I used to test these for musical reproduction was Parker Millsap's Quite Contrary. Now, Parker has a deep and very textured voice, and I wanted to see how that came through. And these did a fine job. He sounded very realistic, almost like you're in the room with them. And the overall musical reproduction on the V80s was excellent. I did find, though, that as expected, at 4 times the price, the Apple AirPods gave a slightly better soundstage and a little bit more depth and detail. The solos were awful. No real sense of texture to his voice, and it sounded almost like he was in a closet with the door closed. It was deeper, muffled, distant, just terrible. And so, considering what the solos cost, these things spanked the solos and came pretty close to the Apple AirPod Pro 2s. So they're hanging in there and doing a great job so far. But next up is Ergonomics, and that's where these things really shine. These are so much easier to use. The controls are easy to find by feel. They're nice rubberized controls, have a nice feel to them. When you click them, you don't hear it so much through your ear. When you click the button, they're very quiet. I like the voice assistance on this. When you toggle through the different noise cancellation options, a voice announces which mode you're in. When you power them on or power them off, it says power on, power off. When they connect, it says connected. Really helps it and makes them a lot more joyful to use. As far as ergonomics and using them, these were the best by far. To me, the Apple AirPods, I find clicking those little tabs are a little bit difficult. Sometimes they click, sometimes they don't. Sometimes I'm not sure whether the active noise cancellation is on or off. But by far the worst are the solos. They have a little 4-way pad on the left ear cup here, and it clicks very loudly. Let me show you. You may be able to even pick this up on the microphone. Can you hear that? That's right over your ear. Let me simulate what that's like. That's what you hear when you use the buttons on the Beats solos. It's a terrible design. You hear this loud clicking right in your eardrum anytime you use the controls. And like the Apple AirPod Pro 2s, they don't always respond when you click the buttons. So across the board, these are the worst headphones I own. If watching this video helped you decide that a pair of Edifier V80 headphones are the right ones for you, please use the link below the video and purchase them directly from Edifier. That way I'll get a small commission. Thank you. So what do you get for your 50 bucks? Well, as far as design, comfort, ergonomics, and materials, you get a lot. And the sound quality is pretty dadgum good for what you pay. Also, the noise cancellation is better than I expected for a $50 set of headphones. So if you're thinking about getting some headphones in this price range, I don't think you're going to do any better than the Edifier V80s. And that's my honest opinion. That's not because they gave them to me. I really like these, and these will be my go-tos for over-the-ear headphones until something better comes along. So I really do recommend these. And if you're looking for something a little bit fancier or a little bit higher quality on audio, this is near their bottom of the line. I'm really curious as to what their better headphones sound like. So if you've experienced the better headphones that Edifier makes, please leave your impressions in the comments below. I may be thinking about getting a pair myself. Thank you.